Hi, this is Dr. Praveen Kumar Kaushik and I welcome you all in Om Learning classes. So we already covered the two things as per our previous lecture. One is introduction and basic fundamental about communication engineering, and in the part B, which is our modulation technique, we already covered the first category under the continuous wave modulation, which is our amplitude modulation techniques. And in amplitude modulation technique, we covered DSB, double sideband, SSB, single sideband, vestigial sideband, quadrature amplitude modulation, and DSB, full carrier, double sideband full carrier by default, which is known as amplitude modulation. And an important comparison between all these schemes are also completed. Now in this lecture we start the second category under continuous wave modulation, which is our angle modulation. So as per the definition of angle modulation, it is the significant process of modulation used for message transmission, and it is the process of varying the total phase angle of the carrier signal in accordance with the instantaneous value of modulating or baseband signal. And we done with this while keeping the amplitude of the carrier signal constant. So very important, in the first category, which is our amplitude modulation, we are only focused on the amplitude of the carrier wave signal. But in the angle modulation, which is our second category of continuous wave modulation, we are focused on the total phase angle of the carrier signal instead of the amplitude of the carrier signal. And very important, you have to always remember when you go for the angle modulation that the amplitude of the carrier signal always remains constant when we are deal with angle modulation. So the angle modulation is related with the varying of the total phase angle of carrier signal in accordance with the instantaneous value of modulating or baseband signal while keeping the amplitude of the carrier signal constant. Now we go for the generalized mathematical representation for angle modulation, and in this we consider the modulating signal, which is equal to mt, and the carrier signal, which is equivalent to ct, and that is a cos omega ct plus phi. Very important, omega ct plus phi is equal to theta t, which is our total phase angle of the carrier signal. And in this, the omega c is the angular frequency and phi is your phase of the carrier signal. So as per the definition of angle modulation, the total phase angle of the carrier signal, which is theta t, is varied in accordance with instantaneous value of amplitude variation of modulating or baseband signal, and which is our mt. And the amplitude of the carrier signal, which is A, is always constant. Now as per the total phase angle of the carrier signal, which is our theta t, and that is equal to omega ct plus phi, we have the two ways of varying the total phase angle, and according to that the angle modulation is categorized in two types. The first is your frequency modulation and the second is your phase modulation. So in the frequency modulation, the instantaneous frequency, very important, I mentioned the instantaneous frequency. Instantaneous frequency means that is varied at every instant according to modulating signal. So you have to mention the instantaneous word. the instantaneous frequency of the carrier signal is proportional to the instantaneous value of amplitude variation of modulating and baseband signal, which is our MT signal, while keeping the amplitude of the carrier signal constant. I take two things in it. One is instantaneous frequency and the second is instantaneous amplitude variation of the modulating signal. So very important, according to instantaneous value of modulating signal, the instantaneous frequency of the carrier signal is varied and the amplitude of the carrier signal remains constant. So this process is known as frequency modulation because the instantaneous frequency of the carrier signal is varied according to instantaneous value of amplitude variation of modulating signal. I add-ons the amplitude variation because you have to clear in mind that in the modulating signal the amplitude is vary, and according to that variation of amplitude your frequency of the carrier signal is varied. That is very important thing. And if we take the phase modulation, then the instantaneous phase of the carrier signal is proportional to the instantaneous amplitude variation of the modulating or baseband signal while keeping the amplitude of the carrier signal constant. So this, if the instantaneous phase is varied according to instantaneous amplitude variation of modulating signal, then we can say that it is your phase modulation. So as per the angle modulation, according to the variation of the frequency of the carrier signal, we say it is FM. And if it is variation in the phase of the carrier signal, then we can say that that angle modulation type is our phase modulation type. So it is total clear that in angle modulation we have two branches. One branch is related with your phase modulation and another branch is related with your frequency modulation, and both are related with the total phase angle of the carrier wave, and that total phase angle is your theta t, that is equal to omega ct plus phi. Omega ct, that is equal to 2 pi fct, and if this fc is varied according to amplitude variation of modulating signal, then it become fi, and as per this fi, this is known as frequency modulation. And if the phi is varied according to instantaneous value of amplitude variation of modulating signal, then we can say that theta t become theta it, and at that point we can say that it is your phase modulation. And both frequency modulation and phase modulation are the type of angle modulation. So after the definition of this angle modulation, we have a very important thing in angle modulation, that angle modulation is your exponential modulation. So for it, if we consider the trigonometric form of the angle modulation, and that is equal to a cos omega ct plus phi t, and if we consider this trigonometric form into exponential form, then we have the real part bracket start a into exponential j omega ct plus phi t. We can convert the cos theta, that is equal to real part of exponential. So by utilizing this, we convert the trigonometric form of the angle modulated wave into its exponential wave, and which is further equivalent to a real part bracket start exponential j omega ct dot exponential j phi t. And we found that This angle modulation type is your exponential modulation. It is non-linear Fourier spectrum as per their mathematical representation. So if we further expand this term exponential j phi t by using power series, then we can get that is equal to a real part bracket start exponential j omega ct bracket start 1 plus j phi t minus j phi square t by 2 factorial and up to so on and bracket close. Now further we compute this and we get the final expression a bracket start cos omega ct minus phi t sin omega ct minus phi square t by 2 factorial into cos omega ct and up to so on. And this is very important equation when you go for the angle modulation basic fundamental. And this modulated angle modulation wave consists of unmodulated carrier wave and various amplitude modulated terms which are centered at omega c. Hence, this modulated wave is not band limited and we can say that it has theoretically infinite bandwidth. This is very important outcome regarding angle modulation, that the angle modulation is not band limited and theoretically it contains the infinite bandwidth as per the representation of angle modulated wave. And we can also find out that the Fourier spectrum of the angle modulated wave is not related to the message signal in the simple way as we have in the amplitude modulation category. So we have to work more and more to get the exact idea about their Fourier spectrum of angle modulated wave. And by utilizing the practical signal with bounded phi t, the bandwidth will remain finite for the practical purpose. So, for the practical concern and by utility of bounded signal, we have the finite bandwidth of our angle modulated wave. So, as per this lecture, we completed the introduction about angle modulation and the basic definition about frequency modulation and phase modulation, and the important outcome which is related with the angle modulation, that the angle modulation is your exponential modulation type and it is non-linear modulation. And finally we conclude that theoretically it have the infinite bandwidth as per the observation of their modulated wave. But with the bounded input and consideration of practical signal, we are confined with the finite bandwidth of our angle modulation scheme. So this is the basic fundamental about angle modulation, and in the next lecture we are going to discuss about the basic introduction about frequency modulation and their key aspects. So thank you very much for your precious time and stay healthy and enjoy smart learning, and please subscribe this channel for getting regular updates. So thank you very much.